Hi wine friends, and happy Wine Wednesday. If you are new, I'm Allie from A Glass After Work. Thanks for joining. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, since we're in the middle of stay-at-home orders and social distancing, I'm actually sharing with you my wine club shipments for the spring. The last two I shared were the Vasco Urbano ones, which I shared last week, and then the week before that I shared my Penerash shipment. Both came in March, and today I'm going to share the third one that I received in March, which is my Storybook Mountain Wine Club. And this is actually the oldest of my wine clubs. It was the first wine club I ever joined when I went out to Napa for the first time. It was actually the first time I ever tasted a red Zinfandel. I fell in love with this winery, and it's actually why I'm sharing this tonight. So this is just a comfort wine for me. Storybook Mountain, all of them, they basically are either Zinfandels or Cabs or blends of the two. They do have a Zin Rosé that I absolutely love, but this is it's just good comfort food. And I feel like with everything that's going on, I just kind of wanted a good comfort food kind of wines. They basically have 3 membership levels. The Foxy level, which is 3 bottles, the Foxy level, which is 6 bottles, and then the Foxy-ist level, which is 12 bottles. I do the Foxy level, and I'll leave all of the information about the wine club down in the comments below, but I do the Foxy level, so I get 3 bottles from them with every shipment, and they range between $108 and $205, and it's all of the same wines. This time we got 3 bottles of the 2016 Storybook Mountain Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley. And generally what I do is I will open up a bottle as soon as I get it so I can taste it. Then I will open up a bottle in like 3 to 5 years. And then I'll open up the last one in about 10 years. And we don't have very much storage space, so these are pretty much the only wines that I store, and so far that's worked out really well for me. It's always a little sad to drink that last bottle, but it's always also a lot of fun. And so this Cabernet is a $70 Cabernet, although if you're a wine club member, you get a discount. At the Foxy level, I get a 10% discount, so it was $63 for me. And all right, let's take a look. Oh, look at that color. It is beautiful. I would say it's definitely on the ruby side. I think we've got maybe hints of purple still in there, but it's definitely on the ruby side, nice and dark. Ooh, and it's got deep berry and earthy notes. Lots of plums and blackberries and black currants, some baking spices, definitely some nutmeg and some cloves. It also smells very like pine and earthy, kind of like redwood foresty to me. Although I will say sometimes I do wonder if that's actually in there, or if it's simply my memory of their land, and the first time I tasted their wines was in a redwood forest grove that they had, and so maybe it's just memory and not actual smell, but I think it's for real. Oh, all right, it's beautiful. Why don't we give it a taste? Cheers. All right, so there is so much gum pull and kind of coat of my teeth, and it is definitely higher on the tannin end, definitely higher on the alcohol and on the acidity end. I would say though, body-wise, we're kind of in that medium to medium full body. It's not quite all the way up there the way the tannins are, but this is it's quite lovely, quite juicy. Flavor wise, actually it's very similar to what I'm getting and on the nose. Lots of blackberries and plums, very kind of juicy So I'm starting to get some of those secondary notes, which is nice. Definitely a little bit more of those spices, a little bit of leather happening there. A little bit of that forest floor. Very lovely wine. I think this would be good for a bigger meal if you're having some lamb or some pot roast or burgers. A $70 wine might not be what you want to open with burgers, but it's quite lovely. I also think that it could stand to have a little bit of aeration. So if you want to open it and leave it open a little bit, I think it would be great in front of a fire. I'm not sure that it's probably cold enough for a fire in the fireplace, but if you have a fire pit in your backyard and are able to do that while social distancing, I think this would be really nice with some of the kind of smoky outdoor. It might even be nice with a s'more or something like that. Though maybe it's not quite warm enough for that yet. I would love to know, how are you holding up? Here in DC, we just ended up with some stay-at-home orders. So I know at least 33 other states, we're not a state, but 33 other states are subject to those stay-at-home orders. So if you're in one of those, I'd love to know how you're holding up, or if you're international, what are the conditions that you're living under? And I'd also love to know what's your comfort wine. Have you broken that out yet? Are you enjoying something special specifically because of the circumstances that we're under? Let me know all of that in the comments below. And so if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate those. If you aren't already a subscriber, you can do that by clicking on the icon right here or on the subscribe button down below. But don't forget, also click on that bell. It will notify you when I upload a new video, which is going to be every Wine Wednesday. And if you're looking for a recommendation, you can find one right there. Thanks for joining. Stay healthy and happy Wine Wednesday. Cheers.